What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Today, I come before you to remind this nation that silence is not an option when your country is being auctioned off piece by piece. Our democracy, our unity, our dignity is being eroded. We have watched enough, and today we speak truth to power. As Martin Luther King once said, the ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by bad people, but the silence over that by good people. End of quote. We gather to confront key pressing issues that strike at the very heart of our national unity and our democracy. And we don't want to be the good people who remain silent in the wake of cruelty and oppression and the decimation of our democracy. The first matter I would like us to address today is the UPND propaganda against the late President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. We in the Patriotic Front, together with our colleagues, our partners in the Tonse Alliance, strongly condemn the UPND regime's orchestrated propaganda against our late President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. It is appalling that the ruling party finds it politically useful to desecrate the name of a man who can no longer defend himself. We have a question to ask. If President Edgar Chagwa Lungu truly failed back, instead of showing Zambians what their so-called new dawn has actually achieved. Why so much focus and attention on a man who's no longer there? To this day, the people can see the truth for themselves. Their endless propaganda is proof of their fear. All of us know what they say about self-praise. Let the people be the ones to praise you, Mr. Hakainde, not yourself. And don't demonize the dead as a way of praising yourself. Let the people be the ones who praise you, like they continuously do in praising the works of the late Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Our campaign slogan of Sonta Epo Wabomba is still active today. And we would like to use this to ask President Hakainde, Sonta Epo Wabomba, what have you achieved? Don't just kwenyu for jokes. ECL's legacy lives on. It is visible and felt by ordinary Zambians. So we ask you again, President Hakainde, what is your legacy? Tell us your legacy. Not the one you keep shouting about, but the one that speaks for itself, one that is seen, one that can be touched, and one that will be remembered by the people. That is what we expect you to be telling us. The matter of the South African court is a national embarrassment as far as we in the Tonse Alliance and the PF are concerned. It is totally unheard of that a sitting president can drag a widow, drag a bereaved family before a foreign court simply to force himself into a funeral he was expressly told not to attend. President Hakainde Hichilema has humiliated this country in the courts of South Africa, while our own courts are overloaded with politically motivated cases. As we speak now, Munia Zulu is in court to receive judgment. As we speak now, Secretary General of the Patriotic Front is in court. And many of our people are in courts. Our courts are littered with politically motivated cases. As though that were not enough, President Hakainde, through his Attorney General, Kabesha Muliro, decides to go and open a lawsuit against a widow, extending the bereavement of that family. We challenge President Hakainde. Mr. Hakainde, does your obsession with the Lungu family's grief override your duty to lead this nation? Should the grieving family become paramount over the governance of this country? You even have the audacity to disclose to the Zambian people that you have stopped governing the country, you have stopped appearing in public because you are mourning President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. You are the one who cancelled the period of mourning. And in cancelling the period of mourning, you hastily said, I want to bring the country back to normalcy. While encouraging the Zambian people to go on with their business, you decided to go and hide and keep mourning on your own. You told Zambians that we cannot mourn perpetually. Why is it that you who said stop mourning, you now decide that you will not perform functions because you are mourning? What is that called? This reminds me of the words of the late President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, hypocrisy. This is hypocrisy at its best. We call upon you, President Hakainde Hichilema, please don't hide behind Edgar Chagwa Lungu's demise. If you have failed to govern, say so, because the Zambians can choose another one to govern them. What sort of leader turns family mourning into a political circus just to posture as a unifier? Now, all of a sudden, Edgar Lungu's funeral has become important to you. All of a sudden. Who does that? You have failed to bury your own fears. Don't pretend to be interested in burying Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Leave it to the family. Do not humiliate Zambia, here in Zambia and abroad. While all this is happening, there is the massacre that is taking place, or that took place in Mufumbwe. And the president is in mourning. He's mourning Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and yet people are being massacred in Mufumbwe. His own police are massacring people in Mufumbwe. We in the PF and with our partners in the Tonse Grand Alliance condemn in the strongest possible terms the brutal killings that have shaken Mufumbwe. These are not just deaths. They're a tragic sign of a government that has failed in its fundamental duty to guarantee the security and sanctity of life. A nation that cannot protect its own citizens is a nation drifting dangerously towards lawlessness. The number one responsibility of any government is to protect the lives of its citizens. And a government that uses police to kill its citizens cannot be called a government at all. We stand firmly with the families of the victims during this dark and painful time. We demand an independent, transparent investigation free from political interference to expose the truth behind these heinous attacks. We also call on the Zambia Police Service to act professionally and without fear or favor, and to prove that they serve the people, not political masters. To those behind these killings, no amount of intimidation will bury the truth. You may silence voices, but you cannot silence justice. Zambia's democracy cannot be sustained on spilled blood. The families demand answers. The people of Zambia demand justice. And history shall demand accountability. When human blood is spilled, when the soil drinks the blood of human beings, that blood does not go in vain. That blood seeks answers before the creator of life. That blood is appealing to God Almighty to provide answers as to why it was spilled especially by the government. And I'd like to say, no amount of reference to the PF or to the past shall atone for that blood. And to look at the past and blame the past for what is happening currently is an act of cowardly behavior. Face the reality. The youths were killed by the police under the UPND regime. Irrespective of what happened before independence or what happened in the past, the truth still remains that blood was spilt by the police under the UPND. We're living in very difficult times. The ECZ, which in accordance with our constitution must be a free and fair and neutral arbiter, an independent arbiter, has become a manipulation. And this manipulation of the ECZ is a predetermined coup on our multi-party democracy. Zambians have now seen leaked reports as well as verified exposés showing how this regime plans to weaponize the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Secret tenders, questionable digital systems, unaccountable server rooms are all being prepared behind the people's back to predetermine the 2026 election results. Members of the press, we do not speak in generalities. We speak from a position of strength. Let us cite Lumezi as a typical example of how compromised the ECZ has become under the UPND regime. Stakeholders in Lumezi were shocked when ballot papers were received in the absence of political party representatives and observers, completely violating the principle of electoral transparency. Then, that was followed by the deliberate confusion over names on the ballot, only served to frustrate genuine candidates and to confuse voters. Worse still, the sudden and hastily printed replacement ballot papers were distributed without any credible independent monitoring. These are not isolated errors. They are deliberate tactics to plant chaos and to keep the playing field uneven. I would like to challenge the ECZ. When they discovered that the initial ballot papers for Lumezi had an error, where did they speedily go and print the new ballot papers? Who verified them? How many ballot papers did they deliver? Why did they deliver them by night, straight to polling stations, without competitors verifying them? Why did they do that? We are not going to sit back and watch our democracy being desecrated by dictators. We are challenging the Lumezi results. And we shall make sure that we go and prove in court that the ECZ are arbiters to crime. They are not fit to be called an independent electoral body. The pattern we saw in Lumezi was similar to what we saw in Kalulushi. The Kalulushi elections were marred by glaring electoral malpractices, intimidation, vote buying, and unrestrained abuse of state resources. What should have been a simple democratic local contest turned into yet another showcase of the UPND's daily brand of electoral fraud and betrayal of democratic tenets. By the way, even in Mfue, we saw choppers carrying people who are not supposed to be carried by choppers in a by-election. Typical abuse of state resources for the benefit of one political party. ECZ's plan to roll out an expensive so-called automated voting system before 2026, a high-tech rigging scheme being disguised as modernization. We know that scheme. We know what they want to use it for. My question to President Hakainde is, President, if you're so confident about your so-called popularity, why must your party rely on backdoor ECZ deals, hidden printing of ballot papers, and intimidation to win? You cannot rig your way to legitimacy. You can win a vote, but not the legitimacy. We are watching you. The PF is watching you. The Tonse Alliance is watching you. The Zambians are watching you. And indeed, the regional and international community are watching you. For the ECZ, we have a few messages to them. One, ECZ, remember you are not an arm of any political party. Number two, your duty is to uphold the integrity of our elections. Number three, you have no immunity. What you do today shall follow you. This you must be sure about. We urge every citizen to stand guard over their vote. Zambia shall not be rigged through backdoor software and manipulated systems. We call upon Zambians to be wary and to be ready to stand up and defend their vote. I'd now like to turn to this very strange development of banning of regalia. I wear this with pride. We use this with pride, and we shall use it whenever and wherever we want. The announcement by the ECZ that they are banning particular regalia in the Mfue by-election is totally unconstitutional, unlawful, and an act of cowardice. Article 20 of the Constitution guarantees freedom of expression. And I express myself by wearing this. I'm expressing my love for Edgar Chagwalungu. Nobody should stop me. Nobody should stop me. This is expression. Those who wear blood are also expressing themselves. Allow us to express ourselves in whatever attire we want to have. No one should challenge me. Article 21 also guarantees freedom of association. If the 10 of us want to wear PF regalia, we want to wear material with ECL's portrait, leave us alone. You have no right to stop us. It's our right to assemble in whatever form. You have no right to tell us what to wear and what not to wear. We know that the portrait of Edgar Chagwa Lungu gives some people sleepless nights. Just like we said in Parliament over Bill 10, we said the ghost of Bill 10 will haunt you. Now, even the portrait of Edgar Chagwa Lungu in his death is haunting you.
Let me know what you think about this video. Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.